Hi, Facebook, YouTubers, family, and friends. This is Lady Di. Today is January 2nd, 2025. We're going to be talking about the power of positive thinking and a reset in 2025 for our goals, our objectives. And I wanted to talk from, as always, a biblical perspective. Proverbs 23:7 says, "For as he thinketh in his heart, so is he. Eat and drink, saith he to thee, but his heart is not with thee." So there was a king throwing a party, invited guests, but he actually was not interested in the well-being of his guests, although he had invited them. He was more concerned with the cost of throwing this party, which was his idea in the first place. But he could care less about the well-being and really being authentic in hospitality. He showed hospitality, but it was not genuine. So the Hebrew word for hospitality, for as a man thinketh in his heart, is she'ar. And that means to calculate or estimate, or it gives an implication of deep reflective process, not just fleeting thoughts, processes of thinking, deep reflective processes of thinking. And so you have to be intentional about the thoughts that you conceive in your heart. Oftentimes it's easier, actually. Oftentimes we think about the negative instead of the positive. People say, "Oh, well, I'm just a pessimistic thinker." Well, the Bible tells us out of the abundance of the heart, your conscious, your thoughts, the mouth speaks. It also lets us know that we need to guard our heart above everything else in Proverbs 4:23, for it determines the course of your life. And that is the New Living Translation. I personally like the Good News translation of that. Proverbs 4:23, it says, "Be careful how you think. Be careful how you think. Your life is shaped by your thoughts." That's very deep. Your life is shaped by how you think, how you perceive things to be. We talk about the glass being half empty or half full. So that is perception based. It's subjugated. I may say, well, it's half full. And it is half full. If you've got an 8-ounce glass of water and you have 4 ounces in it, half of 8 ounces is 4. So it's half full. But depending on the individual, that glass is half empty. Because again, half of 8 ounces is 4 ounces. So this person is looking at how much has been taken away. This other person is looking at how much you gained. Because before you put that water in there, it was totally empty. So you've got to accentuate the positive. So if you feel like I've worked hard, a 9-to-5 job is just not going to get me what I need, I'll never be successful, I have too many bills, my debt to income ratio is more than I'm bringing in for my debts, well, you need to eliminate some of the things that you've acquired. We should not live above our means. It's easy to want to keep up with the Joneses. It's easy, but you don't know how much revenue the Joneses have coming in. So the Joneses may be able to maintain their lifestyle. You're not able to keep up with that lifestyle. Instead of trying to go get a $2,000 phone, an Apple phone or whatever kind of phone they are, then you need to go and get you a flip phone if it still dials. So when you look at technology, we're trying to keep up with everything. Apple products can only take Apple products, which are very expensive. iPhones, I'm not sure how they work, but they are, I heard, more difficult than Android. I'm an Android person. But the main purpose of a phone is to be able to dial out. Now we use them for everything, and we are duplicating all of our technology. We have a desktop, we have a laptop, we have a smartphone, we have a tablet, we have all of this, and they all do the same thing. Well, you can't have a desktop if you're traveling. No, you can't. But do you need a laptop and an iPhone? Do you need a laptop and an Android? We all have those things, but we're saying, as far as trying to get out of the hole of robbing Peter to pay Paul, trying to get out of the hole to have more bills than you have income, being stressed out all of the time. You have to be frugal with your money. If it means, ditching some things that you have acquired in order to come out of that hole, your day will come. So in the process of time, the power of positive thinking is very sharp. As I said, it's heavy, because the Hebrew word for as a man thinks in his heart is she'ar. And that's deep reflective thought. So that's like a tree that's planted by a river of water. The roots dig deep into the soil, and when the storms of life come, it bends, but it doesn't break. So irregardless of what comes or what goes, you do not want to let the cares of life take you out, because we can avoid some of this by just thinking like that the little train that thought he could. The mantra for that fable was, I think I can, I think I can, I think I can. And finally, he got the momentum as he was trimming off the fat, so to speak. And he got the momentum to say, I know I can. So when you look at that, biblically, the Bible says that I can do all things through Christ that strengthens me. So instead of always being negative, saying, I'll never achieve that, I'll never be able to get that supervisory role, I'll never make six figures, I'll never have $1 million home. No, you won't. Not if you think like that. But you've got to put the pedal to the metal and do whatever it takes to be successful in your goals. But first, you have to make a plan. And when you make the plan, you can't just expect the plan to unfold itself. You've got to take strides, steps, and efforts to get to the end of that goal. You can't just say, oh, well, when I turn 30, I'm going to be a millionaire. No, you won't, if you don't do what it takes to get there. In order to be successful, you've got to plan to be successful. If you don't plan to be successful, then you're planning to fail. As we have this YouTube station, and we're trying to impart nuggets to everybody based off our experiences. But Maurice, with Maurice Money Matters, always emphasizes it's not the money, it is the mentality. So as you think about something, you need to meditate on it both day and night. You need to wake up and chew on it. You need to go to bed and chew on it. Even if it's just putting sticky notes everywhere you go. People remind themselves at work by putting sticky notes. Don't forget you got a meeting at 3 o'clock. Don't forget you have to go and go to HR at 12:15. I have to be at my supervisor's cubicle at 10:30. So just like you have those reminders, you need to have reminders of what your goals are and the steps that you're taking. Don't let anybody tell you that you will be a failure. Don't let anybody tell you that you'll never amount to anything. That is a challenge. And despite the challenges, you need to man up Put your big girl drawers on, or your shorts, or whatever it is you got on. Make your plan. Work your plan. And think about it and meditate on it and say, I think I can, I think I can, I know I can. So always remember this. It is not the money, it is the mentality. Peace.